Have you ever realized your partner didn't love you back? I met my husband in college and everything was great. We clicked right away. He was funny in a quiet way, the kind of guy who didn't try too hard but somehow made everyone laugh. I was studying art history, he was in business, and we bonded over late-night ramen and library study sessions that turned into lazy Netflix marathons. We moved in together after graduation and got a small place downtown. It was nothing fancy, just one bedroom and creaky floors, but it felt like ours. We hung fairy lights, filled the fridge with cheap wine and frozen pizza, and made plans like people do when they think forever is guaranteed. Over the years, I was there for everything. His unpaid internships, the time his mom got sick, the late nights when he'd come home crushed from job rejections and I'd sit with him in silence, just holding his hand while he stared at the wall. I picked up extra shifts when money got tight, and I put off grad school so we could save for the wedding. We had traditions: Sunday pancakes, board game nights, anniversaries with crumpled love notes and Polaroids taped to the fridge. But somewhere along the line, something shifted. It was slow, like a light dimming. I noticed he started pulling away. At first I thought it was work. He just landed a promotion and the hours were brutal. But even when he was home, he wasn't really there. He stopped looking me in the eyes, started checking his phone during dinner. When I'd reach for his hand, he'd flinch like he forgot I was in the room. I brought it up once, just said I felt like we were drifting. He smiled like I was being silly and kissed my forehead, said we'd plan a trip soon, just the two of us. But the trip never happened. Neither did the second conversation I tried to have. When I mentioned therapy, he laughed. Not mean, just, like the idea bored him. I held on anyway. I thought it was a phase. We had a wedding to plan, after all. Our apartment was filled with reminders of that. A countdown calendar on the fridge, a playlist we were building for the reception, samples of invitations stacked by the coffee machine. Then one Tuesday, I came home early. I wasn't supposed to be back until 6, but my last meeting got cancelled. I opened the door quietly and heard him in the bedroom. His voice was low, but I could hear enough. He was on the phone. Said he didn't know how to break up with me. Said I'd been too good to him and he couldn't figure out how to end it without feeling like the villain. I stood in the hallway and felt something in my chest just stop. Not shatter, not explode. Just stop. I didn't say anything. Didn't slam the door or storm in. I made a little noise when I dropped my keys so he'd know I was home, then acted like I hadn't heard a thing. We had dinner like normal. He scrolled through his phone while I told him about my day, and he nodded at all the right times. After that, I watched everything closer. The way he never asked about my paintings anymore. How he stopped saying love you before bed. The way he always had an excuse to be somewhere else. 2 months later, I left. Packed up what was mine while he was at work. I left a note on the counter, the ring on the table, and a stack of our old photos in the drawer. Didn't text. Didn't wait for a reaction. I moved in with my sister across town and sat in silence for a while. I thought I'd be heartbroken. Thought I'd fall apart. But the longer I was away from him, the clearer everything got. I wasn't mourning a person. I was mourning the version of us I had in my head.